Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Glo. I'm going to be talking to you about how to find a godly spouse. I'm going to share with you 10 tips on how to find a godly husband or a godly wife. So the very first tip on how to find a godly spouse is for you to be a godly person yourself. Because if you're not a godly person, you may not be able to identify who is a godly spouse or not. And also, every truly godly person out there are looking for a godly person as well. So if you're not a godly person yourself, you're not going to attract a godly person. Tip number 2, pray, pray, and pray. This applies for every other area of your life. You have to pray. The Bible commands us to pray without ceasing. And if Jesus Christ himself woke up very early in the morning every day to go pray, then that shows you how much you and I need to pray. And when it comes to searching for a godly spouse, you must pray. I encourage you to pray even for your future spouse, whether or not you've met them. And prayer really works, guys. Prayer is the key. So really, there's no one specific location or one specific way that people meet their spouses. But if you trust the Lord and pray for him to direct you, he will guide your steps to that place where you're going to meet your future spouse. Tip number 3. So if you are a godly person yourself already and you've been praying, the third thing you need to do in order to find a godly spouse is to look in the right places, such as your church or other Christian communities, not in bars or clubs, guys. You're probably not going to find a godly spouse in a bar or a club. So I encourage you to join Christian groups, do things that you like. If you like to sing, you can join the choir. Tip number 4 is for you to look at character, not the outward appearance. Man tends to look at the outward beauty, but the most important thing is character. Beauty fades away. When you get old, you're probably going to look very different from what you look right now. But character is what is going to keep your marriage, not beauty. And also, it's really way better to get married to someone who is less attractive and who treats you well than for you to marry someone who is gorgeous and they treat you badly. The 5th tip about how to find a godly spouse is for you to have realistic expectations. Okay, now I know some of you are out there writing long lists of qualities that you would like to have in a spouse, which is a good thing in itself, but it's good to maintain a realistic expectation, okay? Because there's no Jesus out there, guys. Everyone you meet will have their weaknesses and their strengths, but the main thing you want to make sure is that they truly love the Lord and that they treat you right. By no means am I trying to say you should compromise on your values. You should keep your standards, maintain purity, and save yourself for marriage. Notwithstanding, things like height or skin color and race are things that you can usually work with. And tip number 6 is be patient. God's timing is not man's timing. And most times, people are tired of waiting and then they start lowering their standards and they start cutting corners and settling with someone who they clearly know is not the right person for them. In the long run, it's going to lead to more hurt. It's much better to wait 5 or 10 years and get married to the right person than for you to rush now and be with someone who's going to make you miserable for the rest of your life or even end up getting a divorce. So patience, patience, patience. Be patient, pray for the Lord to give you patience and to guide you and to lead you in the right direction. Tip number 7 is getting as much knowledge about Christian dating and marriage as you can. As you can see behind me here, this is my library of books on Christian dating and marriage. And I've probably read 75% of these books, and I'm still learning and reading. So I really encourage you to start studying, start spending time with people whom you know are knowledgeable about Christian dating, and just talk to them and get to learn as much as possible. I really encourage each and every one of you listening to me right now to start reading about Christian courtship and marriage. Tip number 8 on how to find a godly spouse is for you to work on yourself. Continue to grow, continue to improve on your talents, continue to work on your ministry, whatever it may be. Continue to work on your career, and not just sit around and wait to get married. Go out there, grow, learn, and become a better person. Become a better version of yourself. Tip number 9 is to stay sexually pure. This is one that's going to make or break many relationships. To realize that one of the surest way to drive away any boyfriend or girlfriend who's not serious about getting married or pursuing a godly relationship is for you to tell them that you want to save yourself from marriage. Most guys will be out the door the very next second when you tell them that, and that's actually good, because then you know from the very start that they weren't a truly godly person and that they weren't really interested in your well-being. So I'd really encourage you out there to decide from now on that you're going to save yourself from marriage. Whether or not you've previously had sexual encounters doesn't matter, as long as you decide today to save yourself and to walk in purity before the Lord. You become a new creature, and the Lord will restore unto you everything that has been stolen from you. So a truly godly man will honor you if you decide to save yourself from marriage. Pray for the Lord to give you strength. I know it's not an easy thing, especially for younger people. Just pray that the Lord gives you strength to decide to walk in purity and to maintain it. Tip number 10, this also mostly goes out to ladies, and this is about how you dress. Okay, I would like to encourage you to dress to attract the right people, because the truth is, if you dress to show out all of your body parts, you're going to attract guys who are only interested in your body parts. This is not about whether or not you should wear pants or trousers, or if you should only wear skirts or dresses. It is all about how revealing any outfit you wear is. And usually, for the most part, when you are dressed in a way that is very revealing, you know yourself, you don't need anyone to tell you that you're dressed inappropriately. So just try and be more modest, and you don't have to be shabby or unkempt. Be classy, take care of yourself, do your hair, have your nails done, and look beautiful for the Lord, but not necessarily seductive. Okay, seduction is not good. All right, thank you so much for listening to me so far. In conclusion, I'm going to sum up the 10 tips that I just shared with you. And tip number 1 was for you to be a godly person yourself. 2, for you to pray. 3, look in the right places. 4, look at character and not just beauty. 5, set realistic expectations. 6, be patient. 7, spend time learning and reading about Christian dating and marriage. 8, work on your purpose while you wait. 9, stay sexually pure. Save yourself from marriage. And 10, this is mostly for ladies, dress to attract the right person. Thank you so much, you guys, for listening. Let me know if you like this video. Comment down below and let me know what you learned, or which of the 9 tips you're going to be working on. Okay, so subscribe to my channel, like this video, and also share it with anyone you think might benefit from it. Okay, God bless you. Bye.